Hi, boys and girls, it's Miss Mulligan. Today we're going to work on endings. We're going to work on that ED, but our words are going to be a little bit longer. When you look at an ending, it occurs at the end or the back of the word off a base word. The front of the word is the base word. The end is called the ending or suffix or affix, ED. Oftentimes ED has a D sound and a T sound, so you need to make it sound right. You have to listen really hard today, and it should sound how you talk. Read with me. I can. Look for the ED ending, and try, or, t. I will ask myself as a strategy, does it sound right? Try that. Does it sound right? So we're going to go through this book. It's called Look Out Bird, okay? And we use expression, look out bird. So this is what I want to talk to you about before we even get started in the book. You need to know my language. You need to know, I'm going to use the front because I want to be able to erase it. You need to know that look is a base word. When I say base word, that's the part that we have as a base in order to build a new word on the end. This is the ending, ED. It's a suffix. Okay, you're going to hear that term from your teacher, suffix. That's at the end. The prefix is over here at the beginning. We're not doing prefixes today, we're doing suffixes. You need to hear that language a lot. So ED is at the end of a word. It is a suffix. It's no longer look. It's looked. Do you notice when I said looked, I didn't say looked. I said looked. That ED has a T sound. Sometimes it'll have a D sound. Skated has more of a T sound. Jumped, T sound, okay? Many times you've got to try the word and just let it flow. You say it like you talk. Anytime you hear conversations, you're going to keep asking yourself, wow, look out bird. And if I tried looked, it would be the T sound at the end. Looked. Okay, we're going to start looking for those ED endings. So, Miss Mulligan has the word down here. The base word is slip. If I add an ED on the end, it slipped. Do you hear that ending? Slipped. It sounds like a T at the end. So let's read it like we talk and make sure it sounds right. Snail slipped. You try it. Snail slipped. I should hear that T at the end. Very good. Let's read it. And hit, there's the bird. Read it. And hit bird. There's your again. There's your picture. Bird, there's your ooh. Bird flew. EW says ooh. All right. This is the base word fright. Do you see it? Fright. There's N. Frighten. Then we're going to add that ending. See it down here? Frighten. There's the ED. And frightened. Ooh, it has the D sound, doesn't it? I'm asking myself, does it sound like I talk? It does. And frightened frog. You read it. And frightened frog. Did you hear the D ending? Okay, let's look for our base word. What are the frogs doing? Get a clue. Think about it. Get your picture clue. Now make it your guess. Jump. That's your base word. If we add an ED, it's going to have an ending there. Jumped. Let's read it. Frog jumped. What did you hear on the end? Jumped. The T sound. See, the ED can have a T sound or a D sound, can it? All right, there's our L-E. This is the word topple. We always divide before the twins. Topple. Let's add our ending. Topple means kind of fall. We're going to add that ending. And toppled turtle. Turtle. There's your and your L-E phoneme. Let's read it. And toppled turtle. What sound did you hear at the end of toppled? Did you hear the D? You're right. It's the D sound. Let's see. Turtle swam. Read it. Turtle swam. Very good. These are salamanders. There's my Okay, here's our base word. Let's write it. Splash. Okay, we have our base word splash. We're going to add our ND. And splashed. Or is it and splashed? Let's read the sentence and see how we talk. Let's do it a little quicker. And splashed salamander. Splashed. Has a T sound, doesn't it? I don't say and splashed. Splashed salamander. I read how I talk. Perfect. Okay, let's find this one. The base word is scurry. It normally would have a Y there. But when we add endings sometimes, like ED, ES, we change the Y to I and add ED. Scurried. Let's read it. What are those? Salamander scurried. Read it. Salamander scurried. Has the D sound, doesn't it? Scurried. Very good. Okay, let's go down here now. And woke mouse. Remember, we're working on the magic E. It goes over to the vowel and tells that vowel to say your name, your letter name is O. Wa-oak. And that's quiet. Wa-oak. His job is to change that vowel sound from A to O. Ooh, what's he doing? Ooh, sniffed. Let's read it. Mouse sniffed. What do you hear at the end of the ED? Mouse sniffed. Kind of a T sound, right? We read how we talk. I'm asking myself when I'm reading it, does it sound right? And it does. This is the word bother. See the See the bothered. Bothered. There's the B. Many B's. And bothered B. Read it. And bothered B. What did you hear? The T or the D? Bothered. D. Oh, what do? They buzzed. Read it. Be buzzed. Read it again. Be buzzed. What do you hear? The T or the D? Buzzed. The D, you're right. Nice job. Uh-oh. Look at beaver's teeth. Ah! There's the in beaver. Let's see. And stung beaver. Read it. And stung beaver. He's going to use his tail. He swatted. Beaver swatted. What do you hear at the end? Beaver swatted. The T or the D? Swatted. D. Very good. You're learning. Sounds right, doesn't it? And there's my base word slap. Let's put it with the ED on the end. And slapped snake. And slapped snake. Let's read it faster. Just let it go the way we talk. Both kind of make sense to me. So I'm going to read it naturally like I talk a little faster. And slapped snake. I heard the T that time. And slapped snake. Slither. There's Slither. slithered. Snake slithered. You read it. Snake slithered. What did you hear at the end? Slithered. D. Very good, the D sound. Oh, there's the word bump, our base word. Our ending, our suffix is ed. And bumped, beetle. Read it. And bumped, beetle. Bumped, t, t. Sounds like the T, doesn't it? There's my LE phoneme. We divide before the twins. Wa, wobble. Try it. Wobble. Let's add that ending. Wobbled. Beetle. Two E's say E. Beetle. Beetle. Beetle wobbled. What did you hear for wobbled? D. Good. There's the LE again. Tickle. Tickled. Did you hear that? Tickled. And tickled, toad. And tickled, toad. What did you hear? Tickled. The D. Very good. What's this CVC word? Op. Hopped. Read it. Toad, two vowels together, say O. He talks, she's quiet, or he's quiet. It's quiet. Toad hopped. Toad hopped. T, t. What'd you hear? T. There's the K and N together. Remember, K is quiet when it's paired up with the N, like the G and N, the W and R. The W is quiet, the G is quiet with the N. K is quiet. And knocked, duck. Read it. And knocked, duck. Knocked, T. Duck, dived. Duck, dived. Magic E makes it say I. Dived. What do you hear at the end? Dived. The D. That's right. There's our base word flip. Flipped. And flipped fish. And flipped fish. Flipped. T, t, T. Very good. Uh-oh, he flopped. Ah. See the ah? Rhymes with hopped. There's our word family, or op. Remember that we worked on? Fish flopped. 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 T sound, isn't it? Sounds right. This is the word family at. If I know at, I know spattered, because there's my and spattered moth. Read it. And spattered moth. What did you hear? The D. There's the ut family. Flut. There's the fluttered. Moth fluttered. Moth fluttered. Moth fluttered. It's got that D sound, doesn't it? And told. It's got the LE. Startled. Startled. That means like you were startled. And startled snail. What do you hear? And startled snail. And startled snail. The D. Oh no! Not again. Oh no! Not again. What's the title in our main idea? Look out, bird. Look out. What'd the bird get? The worm. So, boys and girls, I want you to remember when you see those base words, you work on those base words. Then you want to grab that ending and make sure you get it in there and try the D or the T, the D or the T sound. Always, always, always ask yourself, does it sound right? Does it sound right? I read like I talk. I can. Look for the, ed ending. Ed ending.